So hello everyone, how is it going? Today we're doing a review of the Smith & Wesson 6906 third generation pistol. I figured since I have to clean it anyway, I will filter strip it as well. So let's get started. So anyway, here's the 6906. As you can see, it's an all metal pistol produced by Smith & Wesson up until 1999. I think you can get some in fairly good condition still nowadays with not a lot of use, since it's primarily a carry gun. It is not light like newer polymer guns. In fact, let's have a look and see how much this weighs. Okay, 726 grams, which is, let's see, 1 pound 9.6 ounces with an empty magazine. You can see magazines have a piece of plastic here for your pinky. The grip is fairly good. It fits an average hand or even an somewhat large hands pretty nicely. So why is this a good option nowadays? So if you're looking for a double action, single action nowadays, you don't have that many options. So this is a very well built, very solid pistol. That's a refinement over the previous first and second generation Smith & Wesson semi-automatic pistols. Yeah, and it's also not very restricted in terms of ammo. It holds 12 plus 1 rounds, so that's pretty good in this compact size. How compact it is? Well, it is slightly smaller than the Glock 19, so we're not in the subcompact territory, but it is not very heavy. It is very shootable, very ergonomic. You can see here it has an undercut right below the trigger. Has serrations here, nice serrations in the grip. The grip is plastic, it can be removed for cleaning and so on. It has serrations here if you like the old-fashioned way of holding it with your finger here or here. For some people that works. If it works for you, good. There are two versions of this pistol. This is the later one with a rounded trigger guard. There is another one with a trigger guard that protrudes around here. Overall, it's fairly compact and easy to carry in a holster. It is a bit thick. If you want a very compact pistol, it's 1.26 inches thick, so not bad, and it also aids in handling and shootability. So when you go and pick an extremely small pistol, they're not that shootable, whereas this one is very, very shootable, easy to shoot, not hard recoiling at all. So I think overall, even nowadays, this is a very good option for carry or for just having fun shooting it. It's a very good option. So, well, yeah, regarding specs, it's 7 inches long. The barrel is 3.5 inches. It is very accurate. I think the barrels are probably hand fit. You can see here. Let's see if we can get this to focus. Yeah, you can see here that the barrel fits the slide pretty nicely. has a it has a bobbed hammer so that it doesn't hang up on anything. The safety here is also a decocker, so you can decock it safely. And you can see here the hammer is slightly back when the safety is on, safety off here. And also you have the benefits of double action, single action, of course. Now the trigger, the double action is pretty heavy. I haven't measured it because it's outside the scale of my gauge, but let's see. You can see it's pretty smooth, actually. And let's try the single action. Single action has a clean, crisp break. The reset is short, so follow-up shots are really quick and really easy. Let's measure the trigger with a gauge. Let's see if I can do it so everything is in the frame. Okay, 6.5 pounds. Let's try this again. I leave the magazine in because there's another feature I need to talk about. £6.5, yeah, around 6.5 pounds is what I've seen in my experience, which might seem a bit heavy, but it's not really when you're handling it. It's not that bad anyway, since it has a very crisp break, very well-defined wall. So it's overall I like the trigger, except for the double action, of course, which is what it is. And also, since this has a hammer here, you can put your thumb when you holster, so you will not accidentally pull the trigger. It's so heavy, and you can check it here. And being a bobbed hammer, you have all the advantages of a hidden hammer as well. It won't hang up on stuff. So yeah, let's see the sights. The sights are pretty good. You can see here they have dots and they're quite visible. They are Novak sights, and you see they are smooth, so they won't hang up on anything when you manipulate the gun. They are adjustable for windage, although you'll probably need some tool or something to actually move them. I didn't move those on mine because they were just fine. I mentioned earlier there is another feature that I need to talk about. This gun won't shoot without a magazine. You can see here the trigger is completely dead unless you insert the magazine. Some people like this, some people don't. The basis for this feature is that when police officers or just anyone really is in a struggle with someone else, they can always drop the magazine to render the gun inoperable. As again, some people are fans of these features, some are not. I see the why they would make it this way, but it's up to you to decide whether you like the feature or not. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The gun is easy to field strip and clean, which is what we're going to do now. So to field strip it, to remove the slide first, you hold it back until the slide meets the slide meets the slide release lever, and you push it from the other side. Then you remove it and you let it go. you can pull the slide now. There's the spring and the guide rod here, and you can pull out your barrel like so. Yeah. The slide, I didn't mention this before, the slide is made of aluminum, so it is fairly light for an all metal gun. I mean, just handling the slide and the frame, you can tell they are. Let's weigh them, but you can tell the frame is a fraction of the weight of the slide. So let's see, 8.4 ounces, whereas the slide is 10.8 ounces. Yeah, so I did disassemble this fully once upon a time when I got it, in order to clean every little corner. And when you do that, you can see that there is quite a bit of machining in this frame, so that's why a gun like this is not really produced nowadays. They go for cheaper injection molded parts and trigger modules and stuff like that. This would be fairly expensive to produce nowadays. One piece here that might or might not break in your gun, let's see if I can point to it, is this brass piece right here. That's intended to put some pressure on the trigger right at the beginning of the trigger press. Unfortunately, it's a spring made of brass, so it won't hold up, and many of these guns have that piece broken. In fact, some police departments that use these guns actually chose to tell Smith & Wesson to just not include that part there, so that it wouldn't break. In that case, you will notice a bit of a hang up when you start pulling the trigger, but it won't affect you by the time you reach the wall, so it's really not a functional problem there. So yeah, let's put this together again. Let's barrel first, then let's put the spring and guide rod. I didn't go all the way. Yeah, there we go. Need to make sure these levers are all down in order to, these levers here, in order for the slide to be able to go back. Let's use this. Okay, there we go. Now we pull it back here and put the slide release lever back on, and we're back in business. So yeah, here's the Smith & Wesson 6906, a very fine gun and one that I can recommend. Yeah, full disassembly is a bit more involved, but you will probably not need to do it ever. So unless you want to switch some springs, so for example, if you want to change the main spring here, which puts tension on the hammer, you can, I think if I remember correctly, you can do that by just removing this pin here and the grip, and then you can replace it. And as you can see, the recoil spring is also very easy to replace, and there are Wolf springs available for this gun. So even if you manage to get a second-hand gun that's not in top shape, you can probably replace at least the springs very easily. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.